Pelé has died at the age of 82. According to a statement released by his family, they said, "Everything we are is always thanks to you. We love you infinity. Rest in peace." In recent days, the Brazilian soccer star's health had been deteriorating as he continued his battle with cancer. Pelé had humble and generous spirit, which guaranteed his legacy as a global icon. He was raised in the columns of São Paulo in the 1940s, and at the age of 16, he made his debut in football. Within a year, he was scoring goals for the Brazilian national team and was given the nickname Pelé. He went on to become the youngest man to play in a World Cup final, scoring twice as Brazil beat Sweden. This was the first of 3 world titles he helped win for his country. Pelé will be remembered for his humble demeanor and generous spirit, as well as his immense contribution to the world of soccer. The renowned Brazilian footballer, Pelé, is remembered for his incredible skill, ability to score seemingly impossible goals, and entertaining footwork. As he reached his 1000th goal, the game was stopped and celebrated, showing the power that he and his team had to stop other things. After his goal, he amassed 2,281 goals and became a UN ambassador for the environment and the ecology. He was also presented with an honorary knighthood by Queen Elizabeth in 1987. His popularity was further seen in the movies, especially Escape to Victory, in which he played a prisoner of war, scoring a morale-boosting goal against the Germans. Pelé is a national treasure in Brazil, and his passing is cause for national mourning. He humorously stated that no one else could ever replace him. Pelé's remarkable achievements have made him a global icon, with his 1000th goal being a particularly memorable moment. This goal stopped the warring factions in Nigeria, who were so crazy about football that they called a 48-hour ceasefire in the war, just to watch the ball played in Africa. He was also a perfectionist, which is something his father, a center forward, instilled in him since a young age. He is a symbol of excellence, humility, and joy, and will be remembered for many years to come. Edson Arantes do Nascimento. And that is the name that will always be remembered. Pelé was one of the most influential figures in the history of soccer, winning 3 World Cups for Brazil and scoring a total of 1,281 goals in his lifetime. His name became synonymous with the sport, particularly in the United States after he joined the New York Cosmos in the mid-1970s. Not only was he a great athlete, but his impact was felt far beyond soccer. During a civil war in Nigeria in 1967, both sides agreed to a ceasefire so that Pelé could play an exhibition match in the country, showing the power of his influence. His impact on soccer in the United States was also huge, as he laid the groundwork for Major League Soccer. He was also known for his famous bicycle kick and his official name Edson Arantes do Nascimento. Pelé was a great player, athlete, and person, and his legacy will live on forever. Pelé was a legendary soccer player and person who will be remembered forever. He won 3 World Cups for Brazil and scored an impressive 1,281 goals in his career. His name was known everywhere, even among those who didn't follow the sport, and he was an icon in his own right. In the United States, he joined the New York Cosmos in the mid-1970s, and his influence on soccer in the country was immense. During a civil war in Nigeria in 1967, both sides agreed to a ceasefire so that Pelé could play an exhibition match, showing his power and influence. His famous bicycle kick was known worldwide, and he was also known by his official name Edson Arantes do Nascimento. Pelé's impact on soccer was huge, and his influence transcended the sport. He championed the sport in Brazil and all over the world, and his coming to the United States helped to popularize the sport, particularly in the mid-1970s. As Lionel Messi recently celebrated his first World Cup win, Pelé's 3 wins were often forgotten, yet he accomplished this feat in a time when soccer was not widely popular, and his success was achieved in a black and white television. The power of Pelé was so great that it brought people together, and it was his ability to present that impact no matter where he went that made him so legendary. He was widely respected, and his name was vaunted and laudable. He was able to win a World Cup in 1958 at only 17 years old, and his name became synonymous with the sport. Pelé's legacy will live on forever, and his name will always be remembered. Pelé was an incredible player, athlete, and person, and his impact on soccer and the world will never be forgotten. He was known for his famous bicycle kick, as well as his official name Edson Arantes do Nascimento. Pelé was a global celebrity, and his accomplishments in soccer were remarkable. He won 3 World Cups for Brazil and scored 81 goals in his lifetime. He was an icon in the United States, and his coming to the New York Cosmos in the mid-1970s helped to popularize soccer in the country. His influence was so great that 2 sides of a civil war agreed to a ceasefire so that he could play an exhibition match in Nigeria, showing the power of Pelé's influence. He was widely respected, and his name was vaunted and laudable. His legacy will live on forever, and his name will always be remembered. Pelé was a legendary player and person, and his impact on soccer and the world will never be forgotten. His name will always be remembered, and his legacy will live on forever.